to me, it doesn't really matter what the reason is. It just needs to be addressed. And, in a very non-professional way, I'm here to fuck shit up. And I wanna just shake up the industry. And I wanna let women know that, hey, you can join too. And there's nothing wrong with being a woman in competitive gaming. You don't need to be a full-time streamer to be a woman in competitive gaming either.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another RSG podcast. My name's Al. Hosting with me today, we got Ty back, and on our show today, we have the one and only Killem Gillam. Killem, how's it going?
It's going amazeballs. How are you?
Not too bad. I sound like I'm sick, and everyone listening, I'm not sick. I just have really bad allergies, so I'm COVID clean.
I'll pass COVID.
Ty, how are you doing today?
Good as always. Usually, just got off work not too long ago, so I'm kind of just chilling now. Glad to be on the pod once again, and we'll see how it goes.
Love that. We missed you on the last episode. I know for everyone listening who's listening to all of them, Ty wasn't on the last one with Dario because we had to do a little earlier in the day. So as he just said, he got off work here. It's evening time, so he missed the last one, but hopefully we'll have him now from here on out.
Yeah,
so,
should be, yeah.
Yeah, good to have you back on here again,
Yeah.
nonetheless. So, Killem, how's it going?
It's going great. I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me on this, guys.
No sweat. It's
course.
good to have you. I wanted to do this one with you a long time ago. It just didn't work out, and then COVID happened, and
Christmas happened.
Yeah, Christmas happened. Work is happening, but we got you on here, so that's the main thing. Better late than never,
finally.
right?
That's right. And I'm super excited. And a lot has happened that we can talk about now. That's the one bonus of it being a little bit later. We've had a lot of stuff happen.
Yeah, 100%. If we had to do this like a month ago, it wouldn't have been near so much to talk about, I feel. So it's
Exactly.
good. Everything happens for a reason, right?
It does.
For sure. So we'll get into it here. Killem Gillam is our first ever female RSG content creator. She is fresh on the team, second last member to join. We've only had one member join since her. It's been a couple months now. She's been on the team. 2 great months, I should say. So Killem, you tell us about you. Let everybody learn a little bit about you. Your personal life, as much as you want to go into.
Sure. Well, my name is Amy, but I do go by Killem Gillam on all the streaming platforms. And I actually got that name 12 years ago by accident, running over a friend in a golf cart. We won't go into detail on that story. Details can be a little scary.
Yeah.
The golf cart did not survive, but the friend did, and so did our friendship. That's the main thing. We are still friends today. But I did ever since then. My last name is Gillam, and I've just been tarred with the Killem Gillam name. And when I created my COD account, I went with that name, and it's stuck ever since. Turned into my Twitch name, and now Killem is pretty much what everybody calls me, even some people in my family. I think that's pretty cool. But I'm a little bit older than I think a lot of the people that might be in RSG. I feel like I've been trying to stay in that 20 zone, but I'm not in that 20 zone anymore. I'm actually 33 years old, and I'm from Corner Brook, Newfoundland and Labrador, but I was raised here on the East Coast. And I went to university for business and marketing, but left that and started actually working with a television company here in Newfoundland and Labrador, working on TV and radio. I did that for nearly a decade, and I loved it. It got me lots of exposure. And then I started doing photography about 14 years ago. And I ended up quitting that job in television and doing my business full-time for 6 years. And I switched to full-time streaming just 26 days ago, and it's been a wild ride. It's been absolutely awesome. On top of all of that, I'm also an animal lover. If people come to my stream, they'll actually see quite a few animals here. And I owned an exotic animal rescue for quite a few years and helped rehab exotic animals and put them into new homes. And I still very much love reptiles. Cami Kush is like a celebrity on my stream, as well as my 2 geckos. And yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm also a voiceover actor. I work for Legoland on YouTube. I do all of their voices. I get to be Black Widow and a few other really cool characters. And I do a lot of other voice acting as well. I'm even applying for an Amazon Prime movie, which would be really cool if I get to do that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much that's I love Grogu. If you can't tell, I love Grogu. I love everything pretty much G Fuel, and I love dressing up as Harley Quinn. That's one of that's the only cosplay I've done yet to date is dressing up, so you can see her right there. And I also love to game. You can see that with the Reidinson behind me, and I love COD, and I've recently gotten into Fortnite. And I also love Apex and Dead by Daylight and a whole bunch of other games.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that you helped rehab animals and stuff.
Yeah, for I think it was about 8 years. The organization was called Lucky Lizards, and we rehomed over 500 exotic animals in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Wow.
My whole life, I've had exotic animals since I was 12 years old, and one time I think I had 37 in my bedroom when I lived with my parents.
Jesus.
Yeah, I almost got
Holy.
kicked out. I almost got kicked out for the heat and light bill. But it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. When I met my husband, I wasn't allowed to have snakes anymore. He told me the snakes couldn't stay. But I've had a lot of animals the last few years. The Cami Kush, the chameleon, is definitely I hate to say my favorite, but he's everybody else's favorite and mine too. And he makes a lot of appearances on screen. And I love to talk about reptiles. So if anybody comes into the channel and they have them too, that's something that we can kind of relate on.
Also, if you guys hang out in her channel enough and build up some channel points, you can redeem a channel point thing, and you can see a reptile. So definitely, you
Lot
guys
of
need to
fun.
check that out. I did that already.
I had to turn the redemption time down on it because people were starting to build up their channel points and just redeem, one after the other. So I had to turn the channel points down a little bit on the redemption on that a little bit. But we love to show off the animals. The best thing is the geckos are nocturnal and Cami is not. So in the daytime, Cami can come out on stream, and if I happen to stream really late at night, the geckos can come out late at night. So it's kind of works out, and everybody likes to see a little bit of difference. Not always do you go to a stream and you get to see a chameleon walking on the mic stand.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
this is pretty cool. It kind of separates the gameplay a little bit, and also from the just chatting. So it's a lot of fun. I absolutely love that, and I love too when I get to do streams and I get to do like my voice acting on stream. I've done that quite a few times. I've even had like Q&A voice acting streams where people can come in and I can teach them a little bit about how they can become a voice actor themselves, and that's a lot of fun. Like on top of gaming, of course, gaming is my favorite thing to do, but on top of that, it's a lot of fun showing off the reptiles and doing the voice acting and all that kind of stuff. I haven't done photo shoots on stream yet, but I'm actually in my old photography studio right now. I just moved out here. I think it was about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and my backdrops are right there, so I can easily pull them down and we can have a makeshift photo shoot here. I might even do that at some point, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun over here.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it does for sure. I want to know how much training have you done with Cammy? Because you got Cammy dancing, right? Like you got that little video and stuff. Like, how do you even do that?
I'm going to be honest, there's about 15 or more TikToks, actually maybe even 30 TikToks of me hand training Cammy, because chameleons are notoriously famous for being savages, and they would rather take your face off than go anywhere near it. And instead, we go towards Cammy's terrarium, and he actually like lunges to come out. He wants to come out and crawl around, and he loves just people, anybody. It's not even just me. He just loves people. And that's one of the best things, because we can have him come on the stream pretty much at any point that he's awake. He loves to just come out and roam around. It took a long time to train him. So I use like different, over the years, I've learned different techniques. I was also a handler. I used to do exotic animal shows for kids. So I would hold animals quite a bit, and learned all about them to teach the kids about them. And over the years, I learned how to handle animals properly and how to make them want to come out. So with different techniques, I was able to teach Cammy just, my hand is not big and scary. It's actually like just a branch that you can crawl on. And now he also uses this as a branch. I want to get like a tree or something behind me so I can actually have him on stream the whole time I'm streaming. But he keeps crawling. He'll crawl for days. He absolutely loves it. But he is very well trained and he will dance. But he's not A little tip, he's a little secret. He's not actually dancing. He's reaching for my face, but no one needs to know that because he loves my face. He loves to crawl on my face for some reason. He likes to get up high on the head.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
So do you have like their own room? Like you got a room for just your animals?
Well, the geckos are in their own room pretty much. They're where I just left, which is actually just right behind me here is my old photography office. And now the husband is just out there for his work meetings when he has to work from home. And the chameleons have, or the geckos, sorry, have that whole room to themselves. Cammy is in a rather large terrarium, and that's kind of the centerpiece in our living room. So he's up, right next to the couch where we hang out all evening, and he just sits there watching, Ozark or whatever else we tend to be watching that night. He just watches it all with us, and I think that's also kind of why he's so hand tame, because he's literally around us all day long. Whereas most people who own chameleons, and I would almost recommend this to anybody too, they have their own room because they like to be kind of separated a little bit from humans. But he's just so hand tame. It would be a sin to have him anywhere else in the house but the main room.
That's cool.
It is really cool.
I like seeing him on your stream and stuff, and the videos that I've seen of him. It's different, you know what I mean? You don't really see a whole lot of people with these type of pets, and like you said, just being friendly enough that you can bring them on stream and show people. I think your channel having that even in the channel points makes it unique, and you definitely get people like to stick around just for that aspect for sure.
For sure. Everybody seems to love him. And I love that too. He definitely has to have his own t-shirt. Maybe we'll do that in the future. We'll have Cammy have his own t-shirt.
I bet it would be one of the best sellers on your merch line for sure.
Yeah, over my own logo, 100%. It would be. People would rather that, 100%.
All right, so let's talk about your streaming career. Maybe just tell us like how long you've been streaming, and you've already said you've recently went full time, but so tell us like how long you've been streaming, what got you into streaming, what games you mostly like to play on stream, and we'll take it from there.
Absolutely. Well, it's kind of funny when people ask me like, how did you get involved in this? I've played video games since I was a kid, like most people. I was born in the late 80s. In the 90s, it was NES, Sega, we all played those types of games. But when we were kids, the parents used to yell at us, you're burning your brain, get off that type of stuff. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that my time playing Duck Hunt would come in handy. But how it all started, obviously I was a professional businesswoman for the last few years, operating my own business as an entrepreneur and working in television and radio. I had to kind of carry a certain stance at all times, and being myself for people, I still tried to do, but I never really got to do that fully. And streaming allows me to do that. And it's so funny how I got into it. So it was during the pandemic. It was in May 2020, and the husband and I were baking. Because, what else are you going to do when you're home? Well, there's a million other things. But we were baking, and we ran out of brown sugar. So he said, well, let's go to Walmart and get some brown sugar. So we run to Walmart, and we happened to pass the electronics section, and PlayStations were on sale. And I said, my God, wouldn't it be nice just to play video games? Can you imagine just playing video games? I think back to that now, and here I am talking about doing it full time. But he said, well, they're on sale. Why don't you get one? So we literally went to Walmart for brown sugar and left with a PS4. And I had played SOCOM in I don't even know what year that was. Whatever year Navy SEALs came out. I think that must have been 2002, was it? Ty, do you know? Maybe.
Yeah, something way back then. I remember I played that shit when I first that was the first console I got was a PS2 and shit, and that was way back in the day. It had to be
way
early
back.
2000s, yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really long ago.
Well, that's how I got my start into FPS games. At the time I had just a little PS2. I used to play Tomb Raider and SOCOM. Those were the games I played then, and I loved SOCOM. And it was one of the first times I ever played a game where you went online and played with people.
Yeah.
And the person you were shooting in the head was actually on the other side of the screen. So that was pretty cool. I liked that. So when we bought the PS4 and brought it home, my husband was like, well, what are you going to play? I was like, I don't know, is Duck Hunt still a thing? Like, what do I play? And that's when I started, hearing about COD and Call of Duty. And of course, everybody knows what COD is. Everybody knows what Call of Duty is. But for me, I didn't know that it was as big as it is. And my husband happened to tell his buddies that I bought a PS4, and they said, well, she should come on and play Call of Duty with us. And I ended up playing with his buddies. He didn't even play at the time. He does now, but he didn't then. And they got me really into the game. And I started learning all the words. I started learning all of the guns. I started learning the gameplay and how to actually play the game well, I think, anyway. And then that's kind of how it started. I started playing in May. Then I continued to play for a month or two, and I ended up, I made friends with them. Obviously, a bunch of dudes playing Call of Duty. But I wanted that, like, not that I need female friends, but I really wanted that female interaction while I was playing video games, and I didn't have that because I was playing with my husband's buddies. So I ended up going on Facebook and searching up like girl groups for Call of Duty. And I found a friend, I hope she doesn't care that I'm saying, OG Erica. I found her, and we've been friends now for almost 2 years, besties. I love her. She's from Texas. And she's the one who got me into streaming, to be quite honest. So I found her. She actually owned this group, and we started hanging out online and became friends. And she said, you're really good at the game. Like, I didn't realize I could actually play well. And she said, yeah, you're actually pretty good at the game. And, with your television and radio background, you should get into streaming. And to me, streaming was YouTube. I did not even know about Twitch. I had no idea. I had no idea what streaming was. And she kind of filled me in on the whole thing, which she didn't stream either at that time. She filled me in on all of it. And she said, I think you'd be really good at it. You need to be a certain type of person to be a good streamer. Anybody can be a streamer, but to be a good streamer, you need to be a certain type of person. She said, I think you could do it. So I started my streaming account on July 3rd, 2020. And that same evening was my first stream. I remember having 3 people in my chat, and I was so excited that I had 3 people watching me. And I hit affiliate rather quickly. Not as quickly as some of the people that are in my community now hit it, but I hit it like within a month. I know it was before my birthday in August. I was affiliated. And I didn't really understand what that meant for me at the time, that it could be such a door open, for me in my future career. I just kind of thought, that's really cool. I'm affiliated. I can actually, monetize this platform for myself. Being a businesswoman, I'm always thinking about the money aspect of things at the same time. But I never really thought that this would ever turn into something that I could leave my full-time career for. And I streamed from my living room couch until Christmas. And it wasn't great. I streamed from my PS4, and people still came in and supported me, which, those OG Killem Crew members are still part of my Killem Crew today. And at Christmas time, I said, this is enough. If I'm going to do this and like even give it a shot, I need to get better. I need to get better fast. And I bought a capture card. I still have a potato of a computer. Frankly speaking, it's a piece of shit. But I at the end of the day, it does what I needed to do right now, which is play through the capture card. I can't play games on my PC at the moment, but I can use my capture card and play through the PS4, and that gives me exactly what I need. Then I ended up moving into my office right behind me in the other room. But it wasn't a great background per se, and it wasn't the best room in the house for me to be, because my husband would have been right alongside me during COVID working from home. And, as I'm dying in COD, yelling God knows what at the person killing me, him being on a conference call next to me was not everybody knows that I'm a video gamer now at his work. Let's just say that. But yeah, so I ended up just a couple weeks ago, we took everything and shipped me out here to my photography studio. And I mean, I've shot twice in here during COVID, because COVID is COVID. No one wants to be coming into someone else's house for photos. So instead, we're using this area now for me to stream from. And it's turned into the cutest little nook in the house that I never want to leave. I absolutely love it down here. And yeah, it's going really well. I gotta say, I never expected to be noticed by an esports team. So big shout out to you guys at RSG for finding me, first of all, and even being interested in signing me. That was a dream come true. And that happened in November, early November. Albo, you reached out to me, and I remember sitting at my desk and my husband saying, this can't be real. This can't be real. And I was like, I know this can't be happening. And then I started Googling and finding, researching you guys and finding out about all the amazing streamers that are a part of RSG and checking them out and being like, this is real. This is actually happening. And when I spoke to you and I just saw how much value there was in becoming part of this team, and honestly, I would never change it because I have grown, and I do say that a lot of that is because of RSG. I have doubled my viewership, and I feel like I'm exponentially growing on Twitch, and I feel like a lot of that is contributed to joining RSG.
That's it's good to hear. I can't say that your growth or whatever has to do with RSG, because without your grind and your hard work and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, anyone could just join a team, but you put in a lot of work and you grind, and like you said, you did the research, you found out what it was. You researched to find out that you're the first female to join an esports organization where we're from. Probably, I want to say like the East Coast of Canada is probably the proper thing to say. And I mean, like, you put all that work in, you know what I mean? So I can't say RSG is what it's probably what motivated you to get that growth.
You can't say it, but I can. You can't say it, but I can. And I'll just say maybe even if we say it takes a formula, you can't just join a team and expect growth.
Yeah.
But I'm a grinder. I'm pushed so hard. I never stop. If I want something, I'm getting it. And I think having that legitimacy behind me of being signed to a team, just having you guys in my corner is enough to push me even further. But I think people look at me, and now, like I just said, it's being legitimate. It's being, a competitive gamer in an organization and in an industry where the statistics are so small for females to be a part of it. I think that's been a platform that I've been standing on since you guys brought me in, and I'll continue to stand on that the whole time. Being a female in esports, I love my guys. Don't get me wrong. All the boys in the esports are amazing. I love you guys. But, being a female in here, I do have some sort of representation to hold, and I feel very honored to get to do that. Also feel like it's a bit of a responsibility, and I'm happy to take it on. And I've really enjoyed it so far. I've really enjoyed it. We've been, I'm not just out here kicking rocks. Like, I'm trying real hard to push that out, and I think it's making an impact. I like to think it's making an impact, and I look forward to making a bigger impact with that.
It definitely is.
I think it works, like, kind of like, obviously it works both ways. It's just kind of like how it works working. Like, you sign someone that's going to potentially help you grow, and then that person joins potentially trying to grow themselves as well. And then like you were saying, you were saying that a lot of you've gotten a lot of growth since you joined RSG, but at the same time too, I remember when you joined, your intro video had like over like 1,000 views, and at the time that was, and still is, I'm pretty sure, the most viewed video on the channel. I don't know if that's right or not, Al, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
And yeah, I mean, and even since then, I mean, like, the moment you joined, I'm pretty sure Al said he gained like 50 subs on YouTube, like, in the first like couple days, maybe even the first day. I don't even know. But so at the same time, when you're thinking that, like, what am I trying to say? Like, like, you're saying that you've been getting a lot of growth since joining RSG, but I mean, even our YouTube channel's been like a lot more popping since you joined too. Like, a lot of the pizza reviews and stuff are getting a lot more traction too. So at the same time, me and Alba are very grateful that you joined, because you're helping the content that me and him are making on the side with Brady and Reed. You're pushing that a lot more too, just by joining the org. So
100%.
Well, that means a lot.
The REW streams too. The Killem crew
Yeah.
comes in strong. I gotta say, like, WP King's always in there. There's a few other
Yeah.
people too that are already. I don't want to keep naming people because I'm definitely gonna forget people, but I'm gonna say that there's at least 5 Killem crew members that come through our stream. Like, even if it's to be like, hey, I'm just dropping in, hope you have a good stream, good luck, and stuff like that. They still come through. You know what I mean? You have
They're
a very strong,
amazing.
yeah. The Killem Crew is a very, very strong community, and even when I'm lurking in your channel, so I have like 20 gigs of data on my phone. So if I'm driving and someone goes live, I'll just open it and just have it there to get them the extra like view or whatever while I can, because I'm very busy, so I don't get to get in there a whole lot anymore. But I try, like, everyone's RSG has 19 people on it, so it's hard to get in everyone's stream every day and still produce
Absolutely.
content. So I just try to open it when I can, and I can just, your chat is going so fast, and like the people are in there supporting you, and it's so good to see that. And the growth, like you've said, it's amazing to see. You've got some really big raids. You got people coming back, like your numbers. It shows that you're putting in the effort and the work. You know what I mean? And like Ty
Totally.
said, we do appreciate you partnering up with us and getting on the RSG team. And like even the morale on the team has gotten better since you joined our group chat, for example. It's
Oh God.
we won't talk about what gets said in the group chat.
Let me just say, I was really worried. Let me just say, this goes out to all the boys in RSG. Okay, thank you very much. I have to look straight at you. Look, thank you very much for accepting me, because I was very worried as a female. You know, I've hung out with men my whole life. I predominantly have more men friends than I do female. Not because I don't like the females. I say things that they're like, what? Maybe don't say that. And the guys tend to not care so much. And I remember telling you when we first spoke that I knew no matter what that I would fit in, because not only can I fit in with anybody, I fit in very well with the guy gamers usually, because that's what I've been playing. That's what I started playing with. I know the lingo. I can take a joke. And not that there's anything being said that shouldn't be said, but just being able to have a conversation and not have the boys be worried that they're going to offend me. That was really big to me, because, you know, being part of a community like RSG means being accepted, and it's more than just an organization. It's a family, and you told me that before I signed, and it has I mean, I've learned that within the first week. I learned that, and the boys have just been so accepting of me, not only just in the chat, but they come into my channel all the time. I mean, between Twist Scope and Welfare and Hunt Streams comes into my stream probably the third person to join, and the two others were there before the stream even started. Like he's been so supportive. Same with, you know, East Coast. They've all been so good. Just, you know, really, really just accepting, and that means a lot to me as a female, because I was really worried that they wouldn't think that I would fit in, or, you know, oh, you know, Killem's here now, we can't say that. Not at all. Like, I'm the one saying it probably. That's the worst thing. Even today, I was like, I don't think I should send this meme in this group. But no, like, I really appreciate that. And going back to the crew, they're in my chat right now. I'm not live today, and they are in my chat. Every time I'm sitting at the computer, I have commands. So when people come in, they can, like, if they're VIP or a moderator, they can exclamation point their name and a song will play. It's kind of my way of just kind of recognizing those VIPs and my moderators. And I'll be sat here editing, you know, photos or working on stream stuff, and all of a sudden, you know, Grease Monkey's band will start playing in my head, or WP King's entrance song, or someone's entrance song will start playing in my head. And when I look over, they're sat in my chat like, hey Killem, we know you can see us. And I just think that you know what? I said this in one of my interviews recently, and I just have to say it again, is that there's a difference between being a streamer and being a community leader. You can be either. It's very hard to be both and to get that support at the same time. And I feel like I'm still fine-tuning both, but I do feel like I've been doing both. I've had my stream, but I've also had the Killem crew. So I'm Killem Gillam on Twitch, but I'm also leader of the Killem crew. And while it's my personal Discord, shall we say, it's turned into something so much more than that. And they are just, it's beyond supportive, and not just for me, because at the end of the day, I don't want all of the support. I want people around me to grow too. I get so excited when I see other streamers hitting their goals just as much as I get excited about me hitting mine. And I know a lot of people probably say that and they're blowing smoke up your ass, and I'm sitting here not doing that at all, being so truthful on it. And I know people have started to believe me because they see me wanting others to succeed, and they see me helping others succeed. I just rated one of our, I always rate our community, but I just rated someone in the community with 72, and they were sitting on 3. Like, to me,
Nice.
if I was sitting on 3 viewers, it's not all about the viewers, but it's about the hype. It's about the hype that comes with that. And that is 72 Killem crew members ready to show you a good time and show your chat what it's like when you are being flooded with hype messages. And she cried. And now rating has turned into my favorite part of streaming, because I get to push that love onto somebody else. And I wouldn't be able to do that without the Killem crew. They're absolutely crazy. It's kind of, like I said, it's turned in. We are not a cult. Let me just I promise we're not a cult, but it's taking on a life of its own. And people, I post on Facebook groups, and people right away like, "Oh, the Killem crew." Like, they know who we are. And I think that's incredible. And I go into your Rubet streams, and or I'm in them with you, and I see the Killem crew coming into the channel, and I just start cheesing so hard, because it just goes to show, they're not just there for me. They like to even see the esports team I'm a part of succeed. And it just means so much to me that they are so supportive. Not only that, not only in the way of showing up to my channel. There's so many ways you can support a streamer without monetary value. You don't have to sub, you don't have to drop bits, you don't have to dono. You can lurk, you can watch, you can interact, you can host, you can recommend. There's so many ways. But I will say that on top of all of those ways that the Killem crew supports me, they do donate, they do drop the biddies, and they do sub. Right now we are over 600 subscribers in my channel,
Let's
sitting
go.
at 1,700 followers and 600 subscribers. I personally think that's great numbers. I don't know if maybe I'm wrong on
great.
that.
It is.
I think that's fabulous. And not only that, I need a new PC, as I said earlier, and this being my full-time job right now, I am not. And after the crazy shit cluster of a year that 2020 and 2021 was for my business, going out and buying a $3,000 or $4,000 PC is not really in the cards for me right now. And the community said, you know what, let's help. And they have fundraised nearly $2,300 for me to get a new PC to date in the last 40 days.
Damn,
Crazy.
let's go. What's your goal? What's your goal at? Like, what is the max? Is it 25?
It was 1,500.
Oh, it's 1,500 and it's at 23?
I was gonna pay for, I told him, I said, listen, if we can get to 1,500, I don't expect $5. But if you guys, they encouraged me. I didn't even want to put the dono up. But they encouraged me to put the dono fund up, and go, just see what happens. And the largest one that I received was from a member of my community, WP Knight, and he gifted $260 towards my PC alone. I've had other people come in. So the community does this little thing where there's a few people who have OCD, so they don't like to see the uneven numbers. So they've had wars on donos, and Uncle B is one of my hype managers. He actually just created a Killem crew Twitch for us and everything, so that the Killem crew can kind of like retweet everybody that's in the crew at all times and just keep the hype going. I think that's amazing. He's in my channel right now. No cap. Like, he's in my channel right now. He's amazing, and he will like donate $1, and then Grease Monkey will come in with like $9.53, and they'll just keep going back, and of course Jeff709. Jeff, my name. He's amazing. He's in the RSG community. He'll come in and donate as well. And it's just, I never expect it, but it never goes unappreciated at all. So my goal was 1,500. We passed that. We got 1,000 alone in one stream.
Wow.
And yeah, it was absolutely crazy. But that was during the subathon. And they told me just leave it open. There's 38 days, I think, left on it. And I said, what do I do? Do I close it down or do I leave it open? I leave a lot of stuff up to the community to decide. Because, you know, they run the show. I'm just here. I'm just here. I just work here. They run the show. And I said, you know, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to close it down or leave it open? And they said, no, leave it open. Our new goal is 3. So apparently they're going to get me, they say they're going to get me to, and I don't doubt it for 1 second. With 38 days left, I'm happy with the 15. I just said I didn't want them to pay for the full thing. So I figured I can try to save up, you know, do some voice work and whatnot, and get the other half of it. I'm looking at something probably upwards of 3,500 by the time I'm said and done. I'd like a good graphics card to be able to play all those good games. And yeah, they're saying they're getting me there. So we'll see what happens. At the moment, I'm still getting a new PC, but it'll be another month or 2.
So are you gonna do the 2 PC thing?
I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna rock the dual PCs, just because mine right now, I think is a GTX 970, I think is what I have. So it's not a great capture card by no means. I mean, I can't play COD on it. I can get away with marbles. That's about it. That's about it, which my community does love. But I would love to be able to play some, you know, bigger games on my PC. And I'm looking forward to possibly doing the dual, so I could maybe even run my stream off the old PC, and then run my games off the new PC, and that might help with my internet connection a little bit here too.
I think with your background and like just the equipment you got, and I mean you just got that Stream Deck and it's set up amazing. So like, you take the time to do the research, you could definitely benefit from the 2 PCs. You know what I mean?
I think so. And that's, you know, that's something that's really important to me, because it's the experience. You know, when people come into your stream, they're not just, in my experience, they're not just looking for a good content in your gameplay. They're looking for overall entertainment. And if someone comes into the chat, you know, whether it's a raid or just even a hi, if someone that shows up that's, you know, known in my community, they're getting the button clicked on the sound deck or stream deck, sorry, of like, you know, the burr, 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 you know, something is happening, something's going down, because I like to show everybody how hype I get when they come hang out with me. And like I said, they don't have to spend any money to do that. They can just come hang out. That's not what it's about. But I think the overall experience that they get from the stream is really important. So having, you know, not everybody needs the lights. You don't need a million Grogu's. You don't need the G Fuel stacked on the couch. But for me, I think it just kind of shows a little bit of my personality. So when people come into the stream, instead of just seeing me for like 2 seconds and being like, okay, she can hit her snipes sometimes, they see the background and they say, oh, she looks like fun, and they'll stay for a bit longer, and they'll see that I'm really weird. I say what, I don't have a filter all the time. I try to keep it in check, but you know, I'm a bit weird with a side of good vibes. So hopefully they'll see the background, they'll see how fun it looks, and they'll stick around for a little bit longer, and then they'll see the gameplay and they'll click that follow button.
Yeah, for sure. I love the nano behind you.
This one right here?
Yeah, you got such a good deal on that.
I did. Listen, I'm a, can I, oh yeah, I can curse. I'm a bitch on a budget. And this, the guy on Facebook Marketplace, like, did not know what he was giving up. And I think I went out at 10 o'clock at night to pick that up, because I got it for $100. And then this is my new light. It's a Govee, a glide wall light. And I'm just obsessed with it. You can even, it can even go with your voice, which I did to stream a couple days ago. And I don't think everybody loved me yelling into the mic to make it, because it'll go with your voice. That's pretty cool. I like that one. And I like how cozy it is down here. I get really comfy in here. And I've got my new monitor as well. That's something I got on discount. Again, I love my cheap prices. But I've got my new curve monitor. So I've got my setup pretty good now. There's only a few more updates that I need over the next couple months, one being the PC. I also, I'll just show you, the husband actually surprised me 3 days ago now. I now have a Go XLR.
Let's go.
Let's go.
He spent his Christmas budget or his Christmas bonus, sorry, on the Go XLR for me. I know he'll be happy I'm showing this off because he wants the Husband of the Year award. But I'm really excited to put. It's not installed yet because it's a little tricky trying to plug a USB mic into it and with the capture card and whatnot that I use at the moment. So I may wait just a little while, maybe even until I get the new PC to hook that all up. But again, that goes hand in hand with the experience that the people coming to my stream get to have. And I'm not the best with audio. There's always audio issues in my stream. It's not my stream unless there's audio issues. And I'd like to get that kind of removed from my my brush that I've been tarred with, and maybe have people have more of an enjoyable audio experience when they come to my stream. So I'm kind of hoping the Go XLR will help that too.
As soon as you said that, I thought back immediately to a stream like 2 weeks ago when you went live and the audio was all screwed up. You were trying to play COD.
Yes, and not only that, just 2 days ago, I accidentally picked up the cord from the capture card and rerouted it back into the capture card and nearly blew. We were at 52 viewers and we dropped down to 36 or something like that because I deafened everybody and I said, you'll never come back again, but they did the next time. And I'm sat here like, it's fine. What are you guys talking about? And they're all dying on the other side of the screen. But God love them. They stuck around and we got it worked out. But that's the thing, with me, one thing you'll see when you come to my stream, and I think I got this from working in television for years, I try to remain cool, calm, and collected on the outside. Sometimes I am freaking out on the inside, but I do have a lot of experience from my previous jobs with being on live television. I thrived when I worked on television being live. I would actually screw up more if I knew it was pre-recorded. When I had to go live, I'd be right on point because I knew that I didn't have that fallback. I had to get it right. There was no mistakes to be made. And that really worked out for me going forward into streaming because I had to apply that here. But something I was really missing when I worked on television was I didn't get to see the people. I didn't get to talk to the people who were sitting on their couch watching me. I just assumed your grandmother was catching the weather. I just assumed that, Poppy Willis was tuning in to see what tomorrow's showers were going to be like. But I couldn't talk to them. I couldn't find out how their day was. I couldn't interact with them and they couldn't interact with me. So, something that I think I love actually that I get with streaming is people can actually come in and interact with me, and
you build those relationships.
Yeah, and Twitch is such an interactive platform. Like there's so many things and ways that the community can dictate how my stream goes. That it's not just my show. I say that all the time. It's not my show. I just work here. Everybody else tells me how it's gonna go, and I think that's really cool. I think that's such a cool thing about Twitch, the platform in general, but as well with my channel is that I do really let the community kind of decide how the stream is gonna go, what we're gonna do, what games do you want to play, and I think that kind of lets people feel comfy in a way and feel part of it. If you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
If you can't have people interact and not dictate, but if someone wants to see something or, see you play a certain game or whatever, and you're willing to do that, you'll have way better luck keeping people around than you would if you were like, no, man, I'll do what I want. Like, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? There's people who do that and they'll never retain the people like you will. And I've seen it with the Rubet streams, for example. We would never no, I'm not gonna say never, but we wouldn't really take people call outs all the time. You know what I mean? And when you're dealing with money too, it's a little bit different. But now I'm encouraging people to give us some call outs and stuff like that. To a point, obviously, but I can see the difference in that as well. So I think that's why your channel is different than other people's channel, and also your personality, like you said. I can't remember the lady you play with, but she was 100% right. You do have the personality for it, and the gameplay and everything else. It's just it's the perfect storm, I guess I can say, and it's all good vibes, like you said as well.
Always good vibes. I'm a no drama llama. I don't know. I don't only run from drama. I will like escape through whatever hatch I can when it comes to drama. I don't like that. I mean, if you're having a bad day, by all means, come into my chat. Let me know you're not having the greatest day, but I'm here to help you turn that around. I'm here to help you have the best day that you possibly can. And I'm just this is my full-time job now. So it's all vibes, and to me, it means the most when people say that I'm a positive influence. In one of the discords that I'm a part of, I was actually nominated for most positive influence, and it's the 26th. That's over on the 31st, and I'm very much in the lead for it right now. So that's really cool. That's to me, that's even better than like an organization giving you an award because it's voted by the community. So the fact that people in the community think that I'm a positive influence just makes me freaking so happy that it's working. You know, what I'm trying to achieve here is working. I was also nominated for Streamer of the Year, which just blows my mind. That's incredible. And I'm also in the lead for that. So that just blows my mind. But I will say the other two people that are nominated are very much deserving, and I would be very happy to see either one of them get that title as well. But again, it means the world to me that people think that that's me. That's weird, but I like it. It's cool.
It is, and it helps to see that people appreciate what you're doing and like your hard work, and seeing all your hard work turn into success and like pay off, and like something. I mean, you said it yourself, like you've blown the dono counter out of the water. The community is doubling what you originally set out to get, and like that alone has to be such a good feeling, like just seeing all that happen. I remember when you did your first live stream after joining RSG. You couldn't talk. You were fresh out of surgery. You had your husband there who had no clue what was even happening.
No clue.
It's like, yo, you read this chat and respond to people, okay? But like just seeing
He
that
just said
happen.
giddy up the whole time. The whole time. He just sat there saying giddy up because is that money? Is that giddy up? Like he had no, and then I think it was after that stream too, he realized like this could work. Like you have people like in your channel wanting to support you. And I'm there like telling him this, but it wasn't until he saw the actual support and people were so excited to hear about that. I only let the cat out of the bag to like maybe 2 or 3 people that I had joined RSG, and everybody else, they had no idea what the news was. But they knew it was big. They knew it was big. They knew that it was a big deal for me. And not only what I loved about it, and I don't know if you noticed this, the number, that was one of my best streams that, well, technically since I've been streaming. And not only did they just come in and hear the announcement, I streamed for 2 hours and they stayed the entire time. For me, a lot of times when people have announcements, people come, they hear the announcement, oh, good job, congrats, and then they go. But the fact that everybody stayed for the whole stream and we just kept getting more people coming in the entire time, it makes me smile so freaking hard to know that people are that supportive. And I hope no one ever thinks that I don't appreciate it, because I go to bed with a smile on my face and I wake up with a smile on my face because my community is my family and they mean the world to me. And no matter, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I mean, I'm fine staying at the size that I am, but I do have intentions and hopes and dreams of growing and being as big as I possibly can be on the Twitch platform, and having that voice to encourage more people to do what I'm doing and follow in similar or their own footsteps. And I think, you know, just making sure that everyone that's gotten me to this point knows that I don't take it for granted is really important to me. And I've got people in my community, and I think this also speaks volumes, that have been following me and subscribing to me. Like we have Twitch babies. Like it's been over a year now that these people have been a part of my community. And that means a lot. You know, a lot of people come and go, and that's fine too. But I just think it's really cool that there's people that are a part of this community, people who are pushing me to do better, who have literally been here since I was streaming from my living room.
It's wild. I can relate to like so much that you just said. Like going back to that first stream that you announced joining RSG, just seeing the RSG community and stream team, content creation team come through in your chat was like, for me, it was one of the best experiences I've had with RSG since I created it. And like that's huge, you know what I mean? Like So I get 100% what you're saying about having your supporters and like having these people show up and just knowing that they care and all that
Yeah.
stuff, because I had that same. So like what you were feeling, I was feeling it at the same time. Like, I couldn't get the smile off my face because I was seeing all of the RSG crew in there, congratulating you and like supporting you and just like welcoming you with open arms. Like that was such a good feeling. We were all in Discord and I was just like I couldn't stop smiling. It
I
was it
know.
was
I'm
so
still
good.
smiling about it, and that was, like, what, 2 months ago now? Yeah, it was, like, 2
Yeah.
months ago. It's crazy. It's been a crazy ride, and I think joining RSG as well has kind of opened so many doors for me that maybe one day would have opened on their own, but, you are your support, and I feel like having RSG on my side has really opened so many doors that I've been able to push myself further through. And, like the interviews I've been doing recently, a magazine just came out 10 minutes before we went live or, before we started recording this podcast. And that's crazy that, people from different areas of life who've never heard of streaming or wanting to interview me about what I'm doing. It's spreading the word not just to people who are in streaming and into Twitch, but it's letting people know about it that aren't even in this industry. And I think that's just so incredibly cool. It's opening so many doors for other people, not just me.
It is really cool. Like, so for everyone listening or watching, Killem done a radio interview as well, and I was at work and I was playing it on speaker for everyone there. It was like a room full of dudes, like every age possible, people that don't even know what gaming is, you know what I mean? And everyone was so interested in hearing about it and stuff. Like, so it's like you said, just doing this, it opens up the doors and like all the eyes on everybody to see it, right? It's 100% true. It's good to see too, and that one that just released right before this podcast, that was such a good read.
Jason Shepard did such a good job on that interview. It was for a magazine, Authority magazine, and it was the article that I was interviewed for, I think is just, I mean, it speaks volumes. It was for female disruptors. And I know that might sound like maybe that's not a good thing, but it's meant to be, you're shaking up something. You're shaking up an industry. And he reached out to me after seeing my video from you guys, the welcome video. Unfortunately, I had to have my tonsils removed. I had to have surgery, so obviously I wasn't doing any interviews. And then Christmas happened, so we didn't actually get to meet until about 2 weeks or about a week ago, I think. And I did the interview live on stream, which I think was maybe a mistake because my chat was trying to break me the entire time, and they were donoing and doing subs and everything in the channel to try to get my attention and make me fool up. It was hilarious. And I got to talk about about women in gaming, about women in esports, because I'm not trying to change the topic here, but just to give anybody watching or listening an idea, there's a big misconception about women in gaming, and that there's not a lot of women in gaming, but in fact, half of the gaming community is made up of women. But it's where when you look at esports, that number, the margin drops drastically. And I didn't know about that until I joined. I mean, it wasn't until me and you started talking about it, Albo, that we were like, maybe I'm the first. And then we looked into it, like, I'm the first female from Newfoundland and Labrador to even join a team.
Yep.
And when I didn't know that before we joined, before I joined the team, I had no idea. So once I found that out, that's what pushed me down this road, this rabbit hole of, okay, well, if I'm the first from this province, then that means that there can't be that many. And I started doing research on it, and I found out that there's around 5% of women in esports. And that just blows my mind because, I mean, I'm not the greatest gamer out there. I try real hard. My name should be Try Hard Killem, but I try I try really hard to play the game. I think sometimes I make really good calls in the game. And I like to think that one day I'll be a great competitive gamer, and I'm getting into tournaments now very soon, and I'm going to be pushing that a lot harder this year. And if I can do it, in my mind, so can so many other women out there. I'm by no means being, not that there's anything wrong with being a feminist. It's not about that. It's about being equal play field. And I don't even want it doesn't even have to be 50-50. I would just like a better number than 5%. I think that is so low in compared to what it could be. And I've said this in multiple, interviews I've done recently. I don't know if it's that esports teams aren't inviting females. I don't know if it's that females don't know that this is a possibility for them, or they're afraid. Maybe afraid isn't the best word, but naive to the fact that they could join a team. To me, it doesn't really matter what the reason is. It just needs to be addressed. And, in a very non-professional way, I'm here to fuck shit up. And I want to just shake up the industry. And I want to let women know that, hey, you can join too. And there's nothing wrong with being a woman in competitive gaming. You don't need to be a full-time streamer to be a woman in competitive gaming either. I think that's another misconception a lot of people think. Yes, I'm full-time now at this, but you don't have to be. A lot of the people in RSG are not full-time gamers, and I think a lot of people think you have to be that. But I think pushing this is what my main goal is, while also contributing to that, women in gaming, not just women in esports, but women in gaming, and getting more women streamers who, I've shown nothing against the women who choose to wear different items of clothing, but I've shown my shoulders off once on this platform. Just once, because I'm not here for that. I'm here to game. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to stream. I'm here to entertain. Maybe one day I'll wear a tank top, but until that day comes, and there's nothing wrong. I watch a lot of streamers who wear a lot less than tank tops, and that's cool beans. I'm all about that. I personally cannot do that. I feel like I can't, but that's not what I'm here for. And I'm here for all women, no matter what you choose to wear, no matter what you choose to game, no matter if you choose to game or not to game. I think just women in gaming, women in streaming is super important to be behind right now. And pushing that women in esports is really, really important to me, especially from our province. I would like to see, being the first from Newfoundland and Labrador, and like you said, maybe even from the east coast of Canada. I would like to see more women being interested, even if they're not joining, just trying to join, trying to sign up. I really respect you guys for reaching out to me, and me not even having to ask to join. The fact that you reached out, and I didn't even have 1,000 followers at that time on the Twitch platform. So for you guys to believe in me and to see the potential growth there and all of that good stuff, it means a lot. And I think that has helped me push myself a lot. And I think that we could do that with other female gamers, and whether they join RSG or not, just any esports team, just to get them involved and, get their name out there and do the exact same thing I'm doing, hopefully.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you just said. One good thing that is happening right now in the esports world is that a lot of the bigger orgs are starting to pick up females too.
I've noticed that, yeah.
Yeah, like Toronto Ultra just picked up Overgirl probably like 3 or 4 months ago. So that's like another big thing that happened in Canada. And then like FaZe obviously has people. 100 Thieves have females now. So like it's really good to see that. I'm not sure what it is. Like I'm not sure if it's the orgs not asking them, or if they're not like you said, not wanting to ask the org because they just don't think so or whatever.
I feel like it's more a bit about B. I don't think it's that the esports teams don't want the females. Again, I'm speaking out of my butt here, but I don't think that it's that. I think it's that not enough women think that they can compete competitively in gaming. Or maybe they just don't. There's a lot of stereotypes out there. I'm not about to sit here and say that I haven't been told to get back into the kitchen and make a sandwich. It's very hard sometimes to be a female in gaming, and maybe that they're just afraid they're not going to be taken seriously. While we like to have a lot of fun, esports is competitive gaming, and maybe they just think that they're not going to be taken as seriously as what they should be. But like you said, you guys reaching out, and so many other organizations, esports organizations, taking on females. And again, it's 5%. So there are females joining esports teams. It's not that they're not there. It's just that what the other 95% is male. And I think that they deserve as much of the seat at the table as the females, and the females deserve just as much as a seat at the table as the males. I love my boys. I've already said that once. I play with a squad full of guys, so it's not even about that. It's just about getting some more females involved. Is kind of what I'm going for, and just even if I could have 5 people in my community say, I'm going to apply for an esports team. I think that could be cool. I'd be happy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm striving for.
It'd be cool to
Sure.
see them actually like get into it more. I know, like, just scrolling through Facebook, for example, there's so many more females streaming now, and to be honest with you, a lot of them are fucking cracked at Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
what my feed is full with, really, is COD. And my God, man, there's some good players, like female players out there, and they should be signed onto something. Like, I don't know why. Maybe they don't want to be personally or whatever, but I think that in the next year or two, you're going to see the percentages that you're looking for, because, man, it's crazy. And they're winning tournaments now, like a lot of
Yeah.
co-ed tournaments out, and the women are carrying the men, and like I love seeing it myself personally, because it's like you said, there's a lot of stereotypes, a lot of dickhead people out there, I'll say, that say these things, and it's not right, and it should be a lot more equal and fair. And I think that over the next couple of years, you're going to see a lot more of that.
What you just said about, a lot of crack women out there at the game. There's a lot of women out there who are better than me at COD, and I can contest to that, because I actually operate a Facebook group for a little self promo here, but I operate a Facebook group and have for the last year. It's called KD Ladies, your KD Ladies, and we have over 1,000 females in the group that we all interact with each other and hook up for games and whatnot, and we post clips in that group of all the gamers and the girls. Some of the girls in that group, like it's Kelly is one of the girls. If she asked me to play, I'd probably say I'm busy, because I wouldn't want to go up against her. Like, she's so good. And there's so many others. OG Erica, who I already mentioned in this podcast once, she actually owns that group with me. And Erica is one of the best Call of Duty gamers I have ever played with. And I've even asked her, why wouldn't you go pro with it? Like, why wouldn't you, or even just, take one tourney and see what happens. And she's given it some thought. And I like to see that, just the thought of it, thinking that it's available. I have asked in the group before what people think about esports, and I'll tell you, a lot of the girls don't even know what esports are. So I think that therein lies half the problem, is that people just don't know what it is and how to get involved. So that's what I'm here for. Or at least I'm going to try.
You've been doing great at it. You've been really pushing it, like you said, and a lot of the information you're putting out there is good. Like, just like you said, a lot of people are seeing it that normally wouldn't see it. And I hope that a lot of them are females who game, so that they know that there's something bigger out there and something they can be part of as well. Because it would really suck if they didn't know. You know what I mean? It'd be better if they were like up on it and knew, and like it might give them that motivation to go into some pro sports or pro esports, sorry, and like just even tournaments or streaming, or it might help them take that first initial step to something a lot bigger. You know what I mean?
100%.
For sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, esports are growing so much. I love to see it personally. It's why I started RSGs, because I wanted to see esports grow, especially here on the east coast of Canada, because there is absolutely nothing. So it's good to see it progress, and to see like just even the male female thing starting to grow, and all of it. It's just really, really good to see.
RSG has been on the go since 2017 now, right?
Yeah, so we initially were talking about it, like a lot of brainstorming and stuff went into it early 2017, but we didn't actually pull anything until November 2017. I did a live LAN event, and that's what I originally started RSG for. But it was like every 2-3 months we'd pull an event, and then through it all there was a lot of lulls and stuff where I got busy and didn't do anything. But when we started to do the online thing, it's only been roughly about it's close to 2 years. Like, it's a little shy of 2 years since we started doing this. So we've come a long way in those 2 years for sure.
It's amazing. Even the 2 months that I've been a part of RSG, I've seen crazy growth, and I've seen RSG members have growth as well, and not just the organization. And I think it's great that, you know, I mentioned it already, but and I'm not trying to promo for you guys here or nothing, but RSG is very much family oriented, and I don't mean that in the way, you know, that, you know, you guys have families. We are a family. And I think that's amazing. When I joined, that was something that you said to me, that caught me right away. You had me at family, because I believe strongly in that. I believe in community and supporting one another when you can. Like you said, we've got, is it 19 members now that are a part
Yeah.
of RSG, and that's a lot of people to catch streaming, and yet you guys do catch my streams, and I try to catch your streams. You guys have rated me now, I don't even know how many times, and I appreciate that so much, and my community sees that, and then they in turn want to come hang out in your channel. So it just goes hand in hand, like Ty was saying right at the beginning. Yes, it's great for me to be a part of RSG, but I like to try to give back to RSG as much as I can too. And I think it's a great relationship to have with your organization like that.
I don't know how I would do it if it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Like if we did, not just like you and RSG, but everybody involved, right? Like, I keep thinking on that group chat again, but like just being able to be close with the people who are involved with the organization and help them out, and like just simple things like raids or get a logo made for them or something. You know what I mean? Like just being able to talk to them daily, know what's on the go in their life and on stream. It really takes it somewhere else for me. I wouldn't want it any other way. Like I wouldn't want to be like a month from now, I'd be like, oh, someone did this last month and it was super cool. I'd be like, yo, what the hell? How did I not know about that? You know what I mean? I'd be down bad. So like, it's like I told you, I tell everybody, RSG is a family first, it's an org second, and that's the way I want it to stay. And that's why I'm so picky on who I even talk to about joining RSG. If it was someone who I didn't think would have that family vibe and all that stuff and like the love for it first, I'd just pass right away. It's
Exactly.
like I said to Dario last stream, like I think we get like 30 plus people applying weekly, and I'm just
That speaks volumes.
Yeah, I'm just so picky though. Like I need to be in their stream for, you know, a month or two just to see their personality and see who they are and see what values they bring, what their beliefs are before I would even start chatting with them, because I'm just so particular about it. Like RSG is my life right now, and I don't want to ever have the potential of someone being a bad apple in it. So I'm just like super
Well, that's
picky
what you
about
did
it.
with me. You were in my channel and I even I remember saying to my husband, like, what? They've been hanging around he's been in my channel for the last month and a half now. And I knew who RSG was, of course, being from the same island where your home base is and where the company's originated. And of course, there's streamers from all over the world, part of RSG now, but I knew who RSG was, but I just never, in the back of my, very, very faint back of my head in a closet somewhere, I was thinking that they're here because they're interested in me. I was just excited to have you in my chat, but you definitely, what you just said, you definitely were in my channel for at least a month and a half, I'm thinking, before you reached out to me about joining the team. And even then, it was, I think, a 2-hour conversation we maybe had on the phone before the deal was done, to make sure that I was a good fit for the team, and the team was a good fit for me. But I'm super excited that all transpired the way that it did, because I'm sitting here right now and I'm doing this passion of mine now as a full-time gig. Still crazy.
Time flies. It seems like it was last week that we had that quotations quick Discord call.
Quick.
Yeah, do
It was
you have
almost
10
3 months
minutes?
ago.
It's like,
Almost 3 months ago. Yeah, do you have 10 minutes? And then my husband's like, I've already eaten 2 meals since you've been on the phone.
I was at work and I was like, "Yeah, you want to come over to a podcast in like an hour?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be over there." Because I left work early, I think. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be over there in like 30 minutes." And then I'm like, "Damn, man, what's up, dude?" He's like, "I'll be out in a couple minutes. Go wait in the garage." I got in the garage, like 15 minutes. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing, waiting."
Oh, you're here. Shit, that was longer than I thought.
Oh man, sorry about that. That was probably my fault. I talk a lot.
No, it was good
Oh.
vibes. Just thinking back on that, it's like so much love for all of the stuff and everyone involved. It's such a good growth, and back to what you said about Twitch and being able to interact with people, like just building these relationships. I don't even know what I would be doing if I didn't have RSG to tend to. Like, I've met so many cool people, and just like the relationships that have been built, the things we've done, it's just next level for me. Like, RSG is such a different vibe in so many aspects, and I'm glad that you joined up. Like, really appreciate having you on the team, and all the stuff that you've been doing. It's great to see, and all the growth and stuff. Absolutely amazing.
I'm super excited to be here, honestly. It's just, and I think that there's so much more to come. I think we're just scratching the surface with what could happen. And you know, RSG for life, baby. Like, I'm not going nowhere. It doesn't matter to me, you know, what size I attain, if I ever get to be, you know, what is in my dreams when I sleep. I'm taking RSG with me because I fully believe in what RSG is about, and everything you just said rings so true with me. And I mean, you took me on when I was a itty bitty baby streamer, and I've been growing. I'm still very much a small streamer in the beginning stages, but like I said, I do have hopes to attain a lot more with my streaming career, and I'm gonna be repping that RSG, and so will my baby Grogu over here. But no, I think a lot of people see that. I think people see through things in streams. They see through things in life, and they can't see through the family value, that family community feeling that RSG has. And that's why you get so many Killem Crew people coming up in the Rubet streams and watching your YouTubes and whatnot, because they know how much I hype it up, and they know how much the other members hype it up. So, you know, I know this podcast is supposed to be featuring me, but good job, Alba, on your part. Good job, Ty. Good job. Good job, everybody. You know, that's a part of RSG for getting it to where it is today. It's something definitely to be proud of. If I keep talking, I'm going to cry, so I'm just going to stop right there. But legit, I cry on stream. I don't want to cry on a podcast too. But no, I mean it. I mean, it's great. It's awesome to be a part of, and I still kind of pinch myself every day that I'm sitting here with my RSG. And just a little plug again. Best sweater you can buy, even better than my merch. But yeah, no, I really do appreciate you guys and being a part of the team, and I can't wait till we can get back to normalcy in some way and have get-togethers for those that live on the island. I think that's something that I'm sad that I missed when COVID wasn't a thing. But I do look forward to when we can do that again. That looks like a time and a half.
I appreciate all the con words there for sure, and we will definitely be doing more live stuff. Me and Reed were talking about some stuff the other day that we could do. Me, Reed, and Todd have been talking about a little trip we could do. I think there's going to be a lot of things happening this summer, and a lot of IRL content coming out. So you'll definitely be around for it. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a really good time. We're looking at the 1 hour 10-minute mark here, guys. So we appreciate everybody listening or watching our podcast. We're going to end it here, but Killem will be back for more. Don't sweat it. She's going to be involved in a lot more things coming up. Be sure to check out her channel on Twitch, guys. If you want to, you know, feel these good vibes that she puts off, see her content. It's absolutely amazing. You will miss out if you do not check her out. So follow her on Twitch at Killem Gillam. Reed's going to drop the socials on the screen. Make sure you follow all of her platforms. Just keep up to date with what she's doing. And Ty, thank you once again for hosting with me. I really appreciate it. And Killem, thank you so much for giving us your time and coming on here.
Thank you. This was a blast.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Until next week, we're out. Thanks again.
Peace.